Are you and the Prime Minister divided?
One of the shortest-serving Home Secretaries in history. Never a happy relationship with her Prime Minister.
Are you divided with the Prime Minister?
Split on migration, boat crossings and student visas.
Oh, Liz is going to be brilliant. She's going to give us a boost.
Once a leadership hopeful, many think still a leadership hopeful. Getting herself noticed with no-holds-barred language likely to appeal to Tory traditionalists.
It's the Guardian reading, tofu eating, wokerati, dare I say, the anti-growth coalition that we have to thank for the disruption that we are seeing on our roads today.
Sacked after being caught transferring sensitive government documents to her private phone for sharing with colleagues. She may be gone, but her allies in government now towing a difficult line.
The reality is I'm bound by the ministerial code to represent government policy. Now, we have to be realistic about migration. Suella was taking a good, strong line on the boats crossing illegally. That's still got to be dealt with. And Suella was taking a good, pragmatic line on the seasonal agricultural workers scheme, which, again, I support. And also, of course, we stood on a manifesto commitment. But it's not for me to preempt what the Prime Minister's migration policy is.
The two most senior members of her cabinet gone 5 days apart doesn't suggest stability and means loyalists reaching for ever more unusual arguments to justify what's been going on.
I have heard reports that there were people in the Bank of England and in the Treasury who were not fully supportive or compliant of the Chancellor in his policy.
You repeat these reports, you believe these extraordinary reports, which some would claim is a conspiracy theory.
I'm just saying that not everybody in the Bank of England and the Treasury were, in my view, sufficiently supportive of the Chancellor.
Profound political differences inside the Conservative Party turned later in the day to personal confrontations as tempers frayed and allegations of shoving were made. In what was a perfect metaphor for today, there was an allegation of bullying in the government division lobbies made by a senior Labour MP.
There was a group, including several cabinet ministers, who were basically shouting at them, and at least one member was physically pulled through the door into the voting lobby. Now, that is completely out of order in our system. We are meant to be able to vote without fear or favour. He was, to my mind, physically manhandled into the lobby. And before that, there was a whole load of doing like this, very aggressive. I've been an MP for 21 years. I've never seen that.
He says this picture is supporting evidence for his claims. Jacob Rees-Mogg, visible in this photo, vehemently denied that there was shouting, pushing or manhandling. Whether it's the personal, political or on policy, for Conservatives in Parliament there's a growing perception it's going to be all but impossible to put it back together again. How many will even try? Sam Coates, Sky News, Westminster.